everybody, welcome to another tutorial at yet another solution.blogspot.com. Now we are going to talk about frames per second and slow motion, and we are going to do the slow motion in Quictime player7 Pro, and this is the tutorial number 6 over other tutorials. And if you want to have an overview over the other tutorials, please follow, and then I'm going to talk about this in the end of this tutorial. This is a quick guide, so I'm going to go fast away. We are going to use this slow motion convert table, and this slow motion convert table is possible to download at yet another solution.blogspot.com free if you want to. Okay, now we are going to do slow motion on two source file. The second one we are going to have a look at is the 240 frames per second. It's in 2 seconds, so it's really short cut, but it's done with the GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition, so it's all the way up to 240 frames per second. The first one we are going to look at is this 50 frames per second source file. It's a 6-second source file, so we are going to slow that down. So then I'm going to use this convert table. It's really easy. In the first one we're going to have it in 2 parts, so we will end up with then 25 frames per second. If you have a source file of 60 frames per second, you will end up with 30 frames per second. Okay, the thing you can do first, if you want to have a quick look at how it looks in half speed, you can go in under window and then show audio video controls, and then you directly there can go in under half speed. The problem is that this will not be saved if you save the file like this, so then we have to do it on another way. You then use the ordinary cut and paste, and then you go in under edit, select all. So when you select all, you then have now selected all the things in the timeline. You also have to be sure about this cursor is in the end of the video, and then you can also control that this video now is in 6 seconds. So then we copy all of it, and then when we have copied all of it, you can then paste it into the same place, paste. So as you can see, now we have the same video right after each other, and then we can see the timeline is then 12 seconds. And then we go in under edit again, select all. So now we have selected both the videos, and then in under edit, here's the really cool thing you can do: add to selection and scale. And as you then know, then we take this 6-second video and drag it all over 12 seconds. So now we have right away 12 seconds slow motion, smooth slow motion right away. Maybe it's a little bit laggy because I have this screen recording here. Okay, so now we are going to do the same with the 240 frames per second, but now we are going to take it even more slower, since we have as much as 240 frames per second. And then we are going to, for fun, I think we're going to take it into 8 parts, and when we take it into 8 parts, 8 times slower, then we end up with 30 frames per second. So then we do it again, mark this, edit, select all, and then we edit, copy, and we go this with the cursor with the end of the timeline. And as you can see, it's 2 seconds now, and now if we take 2 seconds and take it in 8 parts, we would then end up with 16 seconds. Okay, then in the end there, now we have already one clip in. We take Command or Control V. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, now we are up in 16 seconds. Then we go in under edit, select all, and then in the edit again, add to selection and scale, and then right away we have, right away we have a super smooth, cool slow motion right away, 8 times slower. So that's I really hope you find this slow motion convert table doable, because useful, or because you know, I think it's really important that you keep your video files clean, that you have a control over how many frames you end up with, so we kind of keep it clean between PAL and TSC system. Okay, we go back to the presentation and have a quick look at what we're going to talk about in the other tutorials, if you want to follow. But before we do that, I want to tell you that if you need a windsurfer clip and a cross-control clip, this 50 frames per second, 240 frames per second to play around with, to test out your software, is free to download at yetanother.solution.blogspot.com, and as well as told, this convert table is also free to download. Okay, if I'm going to tell you about some of the other tutorials here, I really recommend you this tutorial number 2 about frames per second and slow motion, where we are going deeper into the theory behind frames per second. And I also recommend you the number 3, where we have a look at more deeper into the user interface in Quictime Player 7 Pro. The Quictime is really useful together with other software, and for sure, if you have time for it, the tutorial number 4 and 5, and in special number 5, we are doing this slow motion in all the different softwares, and it's the same we have here in under 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10, but it's a quick guide like this. Okay, I hope you liked it. I hope you want to follow with other tutorials. Bye bye.